Replacing, it's leaking oil there. It's been thrown all over the back of the car, all over the subframe. Used to kept all the threads lubricated, which is something. And someone on the other site was asking about how is it easy it is to do the handbrake pads. Well, as you can see, it's nigh impossible with them in the car, though it can be done apparently. And this is why the subframe has to be dropped off. As you can see, hopefully in this side, that one of the pads is actually missing, this side, and that the discs themselves are badly in need of replacement. These are the original ones with the car, of course, and those pads seem very old, and they'll be coming off as well, and the brake caliper will be replaced, or at least overhauled as well. As you can see here, I think it's on this side, probably the other side, at least one of the dampers is leaking, so that'll be replaced. Probably replace the springs as well, because one or two of them have got aspects of rust on them, and I think they should be replaced. Then of course I've got to replace the bearings and everything in there. Now, one of the main problems I had was to get this radius arm off, and you can see the reason why. It was been practically full of water, and the only way I could get it off was to use a walking wedge or revolving wedge, or a pogo, well, not a pogo stick, podger stick I think they're called, to get it off. And the only way I could do it, if you give me a minute, I'll go and get the stick. This is what I mean. Use one of these, and what you have to do is to put this end up in the hole there like that, so it goes in there like that. Then with a sharp tug, or use of a heavy mallet or hammer, just give it a sharp whack and hopefully it will come off. But it's just a bane in the to get these off apparently, and no one ever mentions that in the videos that people put up. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is to clean all that gunge off, give it a go over with the pressure washer, and start stripping it down. I'll see you later. Well, we go around the other side, and you can see there's some corrosion there on the springs. It's just quite deep seated now, look at it. And you can see there's why they've got to. One reason I don't like powder coating things, it allows rust to grow and corrosion to grow underneath the paint. And you can see there the near side, the offside disc, for those of us in the UK anyway, and you can see there's quite a bit of rust on that edge, which gives me the impression that the caliper is probably seized. It's not good on either side really, but that side especially is. See that? I couldn't get that bit of the exhaust pipe out, so I had to cut it off. And you can see here, here's the handbrake mechanism here, and there's part of it there. I don't know if you can see. It's possible to see that the missing brake pad is down there somewhere. And of course, these being the original discs, these are 34 years old now, and you see they are quite badly worn and do need replacing. Right, that's all for now.
And here we have the offside rear caliper. You can see how oily it is. At the same time, you can see that the brake pipes are really in really good condition. In fact, I didn't find any corrosion on those whatsoever. The brake pads were indeed seized onto the disc, and which was made it very hard to remove them, so I had to remove the whole caliper before I could do anything. And I'll go into that at a later date. And here is the near side. You can see that's just in just as bad a condition as the offside, and indeed that was also seized onto the disc, and is again virtually, well, it was impossible to move it. The other problem is to get that exhaust pipe out, which I'll come to at a later date. But not easy, and you can see obviously I've not removed the cage at present, or at this stage I should say. Here's an overall view of the rear side of the subframe. You can see the discs there are extremely rusty, and there's an enormous lip on both of them. And you can see there where the pads have been seized to the disc itself. And here we have an overall view of the front side of the subframe, and just shows how mucky it really was, oily and greasy, and generally horrible. It got even worse later on, so which we'll be seeing, I hope. And here we have a close-up view of one of the rear springs. You can see one of my reasons I don't like powder coating, and that's the once rust gets a hold underneath the coating, it creeps along inside it, and you can't see where the corrosion is taking place. And in fact, there was quite a bit of corrosion on the springs, all over them actually, and which of course weakens them. And they were indeed replaced, as were the dampers, which were leaking as well. And here we have a view of the mounting for the dampers onto the one of the swinging arms. These are quite easy to remove really, but again you should really souse them in WD-40 or plus gas or whatever you've got to hand. And really the bottom mounting is just a single shaft with bolts on either end, or nuts on either end I should say, and they are quite easily removed, or should be anyway. You might, if you have any problems, then you just have to use a persuader of some sort, preferably of copper, and knock them through with a drift. At the top they're held in by a single bolt on each side, which again should be soused in WD-40 or plus gas, and should come away quite easily and put to one side. When reassembling, please note that the spacer should go onto the forward side of the swinging arm,